Have you ever wondered why so many people don't even make it to 82, even though countless dream of living past 100? The surprising truth is that genetics only play a small role. What really matters are the daily choices, often small ones, that quietly cut years off life. And here's the good news, these choices can be avoided. Which means that by learning about them, you can add not just more years, but stronger, healthier, and more independent years. This is especially important if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Because the earlier you recognize these mistakes, the faster you can turn things around. To show you how, let me share the story of Dorothy. She's a retired school principal who thought she was doing everything right, until one accident revealed a hidden danger. What she learned completely changed her future, and it might just change yours too. So let's dive into mistake number 1. Each one had been prescribed at different times by different doctors. Dorothy never thought twice about it. After all, they were prescribed by professionals. But here's the hidden danger. The more medications you take, the more likely they are to clash with one another. And once you're on 5 or more medications at the same time, your risk of serious complications shoots up dramatically. Dorothy found this out the hard way. She started noticing strange bruises on her arms, constant fatigue, and dizziness. When a pharmacist reviewed her prescriptions, the truth came out. 2 of her doctors had unknowingly given her 2 different blood thinners, plus she was taking an over-the-counter pain pill on top of it. She was just one step away from a medical emergency. Backhand index pointing right, but it wasn't only the drug interactions. Each new side effect led to another prescription. A pill for sleep left her groggy. That grogginess led to another pill for energy. That pill upset her stomach, so she was given antacids. The antacids reduced her ability to absorb nutrients, creating even more health problems. It was a never-ending cycle. So what saved her? Dorothy took control. She created what she called her medication audit. She wrote down every single prescription, supplement, and over-the-counter pill she was taking. She scheduled quarterly reviews with her pharmacist. She made sure all her doctors communicated with each other before prescribing anything new, and she asked questions every time. Is this replacing something, or just adding to my list? Could lifestyle changes work instead? Within 6 months, under careful supervision, Dorothy reduced her medications from 12 down to 5. And the results? Her energy came back, her mind was clear, and many of her mystery illnesses disappeared, because they weren't illnesses at all, just side effects. Today, Dorothy follows a simple checklist before saying yes to any new prescription. White heavy checkmark: is this a new illness, or just a side effect? White heavy checkmark: have I tried non-medication options first? White heavy checkmark: do all of my doctors know about this pill? White heavy checkmark: will it safely mix with what I already take? White heavy checkmark: and what's the long-term plan for eventually stopping this? The lesson? More medicine is not always better. Sometimes, it's the very thing that steals your health. Now let's look at the second hidden mistake, and this one doesn't start in the medicine cabinet. It starts in the kitchen. At first glance, Dorothy's pantry looked healthy. Whole grain cereals, low-fat cookies, sugar-free drinks, canned soups. She thought she was making smart choices. But here's the truth. Many of these so-called healthy foods were actually what nutritionists call age accelerators, foods that increase inflammation, damage cells, and speed up decline. The biggest culprits? Hidden sugars and artificial sweeteners. That granola bar she trusted? More sugar than a donut, those sugar-free sodas? Loaded with chemicals like aspartame, now linked to higher stroke and heart disease risk in older adults. Even her bread contained high fructose corn syrup, disguised under names she never bothered to check. And it didn't stop there. Her low-fat snacks were packed with additives and hidden salts. Her canned soups carried sodium levels high enough to spike blood pressure in a single serving, and the processed meats in her freezer contained nitrates, now tied to memory decline and dementia. But the most surprising discovery? Her hydration problem. At 72, Dorothy rarely felt thirsty. She thought that meant she was fine. But seniors often lose their natural thirst signals. In reality, she was only drinking 2 to 3 glasses of water a day, relying on coffee, diet sodas, and the occasional wine. This left her kidneys strained, her energy drained, and even raised her risk of falling, since dehydration can cause dizziness and confusion. Her wake-up call came when her daughter, a nutritionist, took her shopping. They read labels together line by line, and the truth was shocking. Foods she thought were safe were actually sabotaging her health. So Dorothy made a change, using what she called her 5x5 rule. Only buy packaged foods with 5 ingredients or fewer, drink 5 glasses of water by 5 p.m. every day to stay hydrated without disturbing sleep, eat 5 different colors of fruits and vegetables daily for maximum nutrients and natural anti-inflammation. She swapped sodas for herbal teas and fruit-infused water. White bread for real whole grain bread. Packaged snacks for almonds, seeds, and fresh fruit. Processed meats for lean proteins like chicken and fish. And the result? Within 4 months, Dorothy's prediabetes was gone. Her energy and skin improved. Her joint pain eased. And even her grocery bill dropped because she wasn't wasting money on processed food. Backhand index pointing right. The lesson is powerful. The poison that shortens life isn't always in a pill bottle. Sometimes, it's right in your pantry, disguised as healthy. If you found these first 2 mistakes eye-opening, comment, "I'm here," below so I know you're watching. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, so you don't miss the next mistakes, especially number 3, because that one is even more dangerous, and it doesn't start in your kitchen or your medicine cabinet. It starts in your mind. Mistake number 3, the mobility mindset death spiral. Dorothy's first fall didn't seem serious. A small slip. A bruised elbow. A little shaken confidence. She told herself, "I just need to be more careful." So she stopped taking the stairs. She avoided uneven sidewalks. She skipped outings that felt too risky. At first, this seemed smart. But here's the hidden danger. When seniors reduce movement out of fear, their muscles weaken, balance declines, bones lose strength, and the very thing they fear, falling, becomes more likely. Backhand index pointing right. Studies show that seniors who avoid activity out of fear of falling are 3 times more likely to fall within a year. That's exactly what happened to Dorothy. Within 18 months, climbing stairs left her gasping. Standing up from a chair required effort. Even lifting her grandson became impossible. Her physical therapist told her bluntly, "Dorothy, you're only 72, but your muscle mass looks like someone in their mid-80s. Your fear is quietly stealing your independence." That was her wake-up call. How Dorothy rebuilt her strength. She started what she called her Power of 3 program. 3 balance moves while brushing her teeth. 3 strength moves during TV commercials. 3 gentle stretches before bed. At first, she could barely balance on one leg for 5 seconds. But by week 4, she could hold for 30 seconds. Within 3 months, she was doing squats confidently. By 6 months, she was hiking with her grandchildren. And here's the key, it wasn't just about exercise, it was about mindset. She discovered that training her body didn't just restore her strength, it restored her joy. Carrying groceries became strength training. Standing on one leg while cooking improved her balance. Dance classes turned fitness into